In France, Greece, Spain, and beyond, wildfires fueled by extreme heat have forced mass evacuations across Europe.
I've never seen a fire like this.
We're working day and night.
What does life feel like on the front line of this fight? And what plans is the world's fastest warming continent making for the future?
We need to change our mindset, saying that we really need to invest in prevention.
The fires will be more intense and more frequent.
This is France's Gironde region. 42,000 hectares of land here, roughly 4 times the size of France's capital, Paris, were scorched in a recent forest fire. The most difficult the country has faced since World War II, according to authorities. And even for well-seasoned firefighters we met here, this was something new.
A fire this size? No, I have never seen anything like it in France.
Maître Julien, a marine firefighter from Marseille, is driving us towards some of the worst impacted areas. He's one of around 3,000 firefighters who were deployed to the region in late July.
Do you see all this? That was already burned, but there's still smoke everywhere. We absolutely have to extinguish those hot spots so that fires don't reignite. If the crowns catch fire, it could be dangerous and difficult to manage.
Julien takes us to meet other Marines managing just that. It's heavy work on a hot day, around 40 degrees Celsius or more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit. In the last few days, more than 260 firefighters have been injured in this region, and 4 have lost their lives.
It's always on our mind. Safety for our teams and our equipment is always the top priority.
Then the signal comes. They move quickly. Within a couple of minutes, this team is off to their next mission.
There's always adrenaline.
We move too, and before long there's a clear sign of exactly what firefighters had feared.
We have a problem. The fire moved faster than we expected. It's already spread to that next stretch of forest. We have to adjust our plans so we can stop it.
As the firefighters head in, medic Laetitia is on standby to deal with the possible fallout. She says physical injuries aren't the biggest issue her colleagues are facing.
It's the fatigue above all. They're hardly getting any sleep. We keep an eye on morale and talk to them. That's part of the job.
And it's not just the firefighters. Across the front lines of this fight, volunteers have been out in force, often without proper training or protective gear.
Some buildings have already burned down. We saved some of them, but not all. We're here because we're needed and because we want to help.
I got my family to safety and then came here. We've been working since Saturday. We haven't slept. My daughter was evacuated when the flames had almost reached her. Sorry.
Many of these volunteers don't feel properly appreciated, and their presence points to gaps in readiness here, on the ground and in the air. The fires have sparked political debate in Europe, with long-standing delays to deliveries of key firefighting aircraft due to supply chain issues in the spotlight. In a first, France even loaded up its military megaplanes with flame retardant to support saturated civilian capacities. This footage shows German teams fighting French fires. It's just one of the countries which sent equipment and experts through an EU coordination mechanism.
We are no longer capable to face climate change alone in all corners. We need European solidarity. We proposed a budget of 10.7 billion, which is an important amount of money, but at the same time it pays back. I hope that member states will follow our proposal.
That might be tricky, as already strained national coffers leave some capitals sceptical about any EU budget hikes. The EU is already accused of watering down big green promises as it races to keep up with China and the US. And now crisis management officials warn there's more work to do to keep citizens in the know as summers heat up.
We need to think of informing the population, we need to think of evacuation plans, we need to invest in early warning tools. So all this is something that we are mapping. I think that what is the main challenge, that we need to change our mindset, saying that we really need to invest in prevention.
Marine firefighter Julien won't be drawn on politics, but he can see a clear trend.
The fires will be more intense and more frequent. That will affect our daily work. Our teams will have to adapt.
The blaze near Bordeaux has now been stabilised, a moment of reprieve. More volunteers at this hastily set up command centre are on hand to make sure firefighters can get a meal and some rest.
Our families aren't here with us, so we're creating something like a temporary haven, a place where we can feel comfortable. That way, it feels at least a little bit more like home.
But it won't be long before firefighters' next shift, here or elsewhere. Europe's wildfire season is far from over, and 2026 is expected to break more records before the year is out.